Hello everybody. Thought I'd get on here and make a second video, uh, continuing on with the story of where I'm at, how I got here. So today is Sunday. It is about 6:40 in the p.m. Today is my second full day of rehabilitation. Um, I've been through quite a bit today. Um, First, I want to say how blessed I am to be here and how grateful I am. And I thought I'd share a little bit more with you all that I've done today and been through today. So if you watched the first video, I said that my diagnosis as of right now is transverse myelitis. It has a lot to do with the spine and the nervous system, neurological. One thing I left out the other day is when I first went to the hospital, when they thought I was having a stroke or they didn't know what it was, they thought I had what is called GBS. And I know I'm not going to say this right, but it's called Guillain-Barré syndrome. You can look that up. It's pretty extensive. And I got scared. They told me it was going to get worse before it got better. I'd be on a ventilator. And they asked me that magical question: if I code, what do I want done? Thankfully, I got shipped to UK hospital in Lexington, and they said, no, it's not that. So they've come to the conclusion that it's transverse myelitis. So with that being said, I'll continue where I left off yesterday's video. First, I want to tell you, me making videos is really, really odd. I don't normally do that sort of thing. So I'm kind of all over the place with it, but just bear with me if you've got a moment. So today being my second day, full day of rehabilitation, and like I said, it's Sunday. They don't do a whole lot of, therapy on a Sunday. But I did have this morning, I did have a PT evaluation. But let's start before that. This morning I woke up about 6 a.m., had breakfast. As I was laying in this hospital bed here beside me, I thought, gee, I don't want to lay here today. So I got into my drawers right here where my clothes are and everything, and I got myself out some clothes. In this hospital bed, I dressed myself completely. Shirt, shorts, socks. And what normally I would do every day, think nothing of it, today was a milestone. I felt very accomplished that I could do that. I felt so accomplished, I sent my wife a picture of me laying in bed dressed. And it was great. It was great, guys. So after laying there for a few minutes dressed, I said, no, I don't want to lay here. So I hit my button on the bed, called the nurse, and she come in. I said, hey, I'd like to transfer to that wheelchair. So she was like, absolutely. She said, you know what you're doing. I'll just be here to watch. And that's what she did. She stood behind me and made sure that I didn't fall or nothing like that. Slid right into my wheelchair, and away I went. 8 o'clock this morning, I was outside and getting fresh air. took a picture of that, posted it. I was excited that I was moving around, I was doing stuff. 9 a.m., PT came in to do their evaluation. A lady comes in, she assesses the strength in my legs and the mobility in my legs and things like that. She took me to the gym and had me simulate getting from the wheelchair into a bed as if I was at home, getting in my bed, getting ready for bed, putting my legs up and everything, and then did that, got back up, sat on the edge of the bed. So they put me in this thing. She told me she wanted me to stand up in this thing. It's called a stall bar. And explained to me how it works, what I needed to do. So basically it's shaped like a walker, but it doesn't move. It's stationary. So I stood up today, which is probably, I would say it's a real stand-up. It was probably the third time, fourth time maybe, that I actually stood up. Well, when I pulled myself up there with my arms and used my legs to stand, I could feel my legs standing me up. But once I was standing, I had no control because I can't tell where my footing is. But I was holding on and stood there for a little bit. Of course, it doesn't take long to get tired when you're using a lot of upper body strength to hold yourself up. So I sat back down for a little bit. She says, okay, whenever you're ready, let's try it again. So I did that again, and I stood up. Stood there for a little while and sat back down. And she was comfortable with what she saw, that what I could do. So then I transferred back to my chair, and we were done with this test to see where I was at, to know how to go about doing PT here. So with that being said, starting tomorrow, I will have occupational therapy and physical therapy, 3 hours a day, and it's 5 days a week. That's about all I know of it. I don't know the extent, what happens, but I'm eager to learn, and I'm eager to do things for myself. So when I do get to go home, I know how to take care of myself. I know how to maneuver and move around the best of my ability. So I come back to the room, and my wife and kids and my friends come back to visit, and we're all sitting around talking and doing our thing, and I get to go outside, and I get to go down to the game room that they have here and with my kids, and we get to play games and sit around and talk and things like that and enjoy the visit. So every 4 hours, I have to have a catheter done. And it's called bladder training because I can't pee on my own. So I have to be straight cathed is what they call it, every 4 hours. The goal is to get from 300 to 500 milliliters of urine through this catheter. So at 6 a.m. this morning, I had my first catheter of the day, 10 o'clock, I have another catheter every 4 hours. So then they come in to do the catheter, and they say they want me to do it. Guys, very, very strange, very uncomfortable, very weird to cath yourself. Um, so with that being said, I've watched them do it. They've explained to me how to do it. Well, this time it was for me to do myself. So I did it, and on my own, with them guiding me. Well, at 2 o'clock, I have to be cathed again. No, wait. 2 o'clock was when I cathed myself the first time. No. So, anyway, guys, let me just say this, and I'm sorry. Time gets away from me, and I don't quite know. But anyhow, at 6 o'clock this evening, that was the third time that I cathed myself for today. I got better at it. It went smoother. And I did it. Now, they teach me that because, one, I may have to go home doing that to my cathing myself until I'm able to use the bathroom for myself, if I'm able to ever use the bathroom by myself or for myself. So it's hard to accept in the beginning. It is getting easier for me to know that, okay, here it comes. It's time. I've got to cath myself. That's something that, again, I took for granted for so long, to be able to walk into the bathroom and go pee. I can't do that now, guys. Can't do that. Again, I can't stand, I can't walk, and I can't use the bathroom for myself. But I have my hands, and I can wheel myself around to go outside and get fresh air. I can wheel myself around in this facility to go get coffee. So have you. I'm thankful, and I am blessed that at least I can do that. So in this rehab, I'm in the spinal cord unit. There is several people in this unit that can't move, that are confined to a bed. So see what I'm telling you? There is always somebody that's worse off than you and me. When I get in this wheelchair and I wheel down the hallway, and I'm the only one that's roaming the hallway, knowing that there's a lot of people in here that can't move. That just tells me how blessed I am, and how the good Lord has given me that ability to still move around freely. It's just different because now I'm in a wheelchair. Will I always be in a wheelchair? Excuse me. I don't know. Will I ever walk again? Excuse me. I don't know. Will I ever use the bathroom for myself again? I don't know. But there's one thing for sure. I won't give up. I'm a United States Army veteran. Giving up doesn't run in my blood. I can't allow myself to give up and stop fighting, to get back to where I was. But if it doesn't happen, I know that I'll have the tools to be able to be as independent as I possibly can. At the same time, guys, this is not easy for me. I struggle every day with real life things going on in my head. The one main thing that runs through my head is, will I ever be able to work again? Will I be able to return to my job as a transport officer for the county? Will I ever be able to go and DJ another wedding or a birthday party or an event? I don't know. But if not, what do I do? You know, that's the kind of things that run through my head. Like, where do I go from here? As far as providing for my family and, that kind of thing. But rest assured that I know the good Lord has not failed me yet. And I know that He won't. He always makes a way. He always provides. I got blessed with some news today about a piece of equipment that potentially I could get that's going to make life easy for me if I need it. That's because the good Lord makes ways for things like that. I sit here and I think, okay, when I do go home, I'm in a wheelchair. How do I get in my house? How do I maneuver in my house? How do I get in it in a wheelchair? But the good Lord will make a way. And I know that. So with that being said, guys, I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you. And the reason I'm telling you this so much is because, one, it's going to help me to remember where I was, how I got there, and how I got back to wherever I end up. And it's also going to help me to understand and know how grateful and how thankful that I am, because I am blessed. I'm blessed by the Lord Jesus Christ to be able to have a family that loves me. And I mean a complete family. My kids, my wife, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-laws, my brother, my best friend, his wife, and all of you. And you know who you are, that know me and have been supported me on my live sales for 2.5 years. We have become more than just a guy that sells and a customer that buys. We have become family. And I know that, and I know how blessed I am for that. And I want all of you to know that I appreciate every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. And I want you all to understand, I'll never forget the support, the prayers, the encouraging words. I'll never forget it. And I thank you all for that. And I pray that the Lord blesses you and keeps you and watches over you. And I pray that you all would continue to pray for me, continue to send those encouraging words, all your comments on these posts and videos, and all the texts, phone calls. It helps me out a lot. It means a lot to me. And I hope if there's any of you that's going through things in your life that you're unsure of and you're worried about, I hope this video finds you and it encourages you to keep fighting, because it's not over until it's over. Thank you guys. God bless you. And I'll see you on the next video. God bless you.